Hi, my name is Kristen Page, and this is my reflection video for my final presentation for my Capstone nursing project. So I just wanted to say I think the presentation went very well. I felt as though I was able to present common COVID-19 vaccination myths and very easy to understand ways that they're debunked. Just to give an example, just the common misconception that mRNA vaccines are new and that the vaccine was like rushed, so to speak. Just giving people the information that, mRNA vaccines are something that have been studied for over a decade, and that the only reason they were, quote unquote, rushed was because, the red tape was kind of taken away. So yeah, I thought that information went really well. I also think that just talking about people's fears and their concerns and approaching them in a non-judgmental, almost academic way tends to get more favorable results than being judgmental and not, addressing those concerns. So I think that went very well. My pamphlet, while it was a little bare bones, I really do think it got the point across. Definitely touched on some of the subjects that I spoke about earlier, just regarding the COVID-19 vaccine and myths. And it also compiled just some data that would show patients how to discern what misinformation is. Going to .org websites, using specific websites such as the CDC or, the World Health Organization, are much more credible than using, a mommy blog that says that, vaccines, are causing untold deaths. So just using that guideline of who wrote the article. Does the person have any inherent bias regarding what they're writing? There's just a number of things you can ask yourself when you're reading an article to determine whether or not it's credible, and I felt like I did touch on that. As far as this BSN program, I do feel as though I understood what nursing was, considering I was already working as a nurse. I think learning that a BSN differs from an ADN just with the care coordination and the knowledge of technology and informatics, and, the coordination of care is huge, and that's something that I feel like I touched upon in multiple classes, particularly care coordination for better patient outcomes. I really do feel as though I'm a more well-rounded nurse now, knowing what it takes to have these favorable outcomes and to apply them logically and to use evidence-based practice. Not that I didn't learn that in my ADN. I definitely did, and I certainly did in my previous degree where I studied biology. But just learning how to apply that to nursing was really, really helpful. I already knew how to write a very good research paper, but doing it from a nursing perspective was something I haven't ever done in my ADN. We literally only had tests, so it was just study for the exam, take the exam, and, if you pass, great. And that's pretty much all it was. So I do think that just approaching nursing from this mindset was really super helpful. And I do think going forward that I'll be able to incorporate that into my nursing practice. Currently, I'm an RN at a plastic surgery suite. So I work for a board certified plastic surgeon out of Boston, who's been practicing for about 30 years. We get to see all different kinds of patients, and there is an element of coordination of care just between the anesthesiologist and the circulating nurse and the scrub nurse and the plastic surgeon himself, and whether or not we have residents. Today, for instance, we had a Harvard resident that wanted to observe Dr. Bartlett perform 2 rhinoplasties back to back, just coordinating just to make sure that the patient had the absolute best care. This morning when I was pre-opping the patient, going through the history, making sure that I know all the allergies, making sure that I'm cognizant of any allergies when I'm giving the pre-op meds, social aspects, that was another thing that I really feel this BSN really touched on very well, was the social and cultural aspects of patient care that you have to be cognizant of. Personally, I deal with a very large portion of our clientele tends to be trans. Typically, they are female to male trans patients that are undergoing top surgery. So that's another part of my nursing care that I think this BSN has helped tremendously, because it really touched on the social and just social awareness, and just, being competent and aware of how to address people and how not to misgender somebody. These are other things that I felt like the BSN really touched very well on. As far as the writing goes, I think that this program has probably made me a better writer, which I'll always take. I'm always looking to learn and educate myself, and anytime I can, take it up a notch, I'm very, very happy with that. So, genuinely, I have nothing but good things to say about the Capella program. The professors have been fantastic. The feedback has been wonderful. And the fact that I've been able to work at my own pace while still working full-time as a nurse has been ideal, and has allowed me to, complete this program much faster than if I were to, go to a local brick and mortar school that's in Massachusetts. So I'm very, very grateful for that. I don't want to drone on and on, because I know you probably have 50 of these videos to watch, so I'm just going to cut it there and just say thank you so much for your feedback, Dr. Flanagan. I really genuinely appreciate it, and thank you.